Matsuridia! What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and today I'm back with another Ancient World deck profile from the all-new booster set, Raw Invisible Dragon. So I finally gotten my hands on 4 secret packs in order to build this almighty deck, and I can finally do a deck profile for you guys. So I'm really excited to explain how this deck works, and I really had a lot of fun with this deck because I am a huge Ancient World fan, and this is a very new mechanic for Ancient World. So it also reminds me of my old Ardu Diablo deck, but it has a different playstyle. And so today, join me in an adventure to find out how this deck actually works, because it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like what it is. Alright, because it took me a while to build this deck. I didn't sleep last night just to try to figure out how the whole deck works. And so far I'm really enjoying it because it's really fun to play. But yeah. So this is the deck profile. So first off, I'll begin by explaining what my buddy does. My buddy is Martial Arts Chief Duel Jaeger. So basically, he's the first form of Duel Jaeger, and I recommend you to main him as a buddy because he is the guy that you want to call first, because he has a very good skill which allows you to drop hand, to dump cards to defend yourself while pumping the drop zone for your final form, Revolted. So yeah. So what he does is his counter skill. During this card's battle, you may discard a Dragon Chief card from your hand. If you do, for this battle, this unit gains plus 10k defense. So it's really good because excess cards, let's say you have extra Dragon Chief cards in your hand which is dead, you could just discard it to gain defense so that it is treated as a negate. So that is very good because you won't have dead hands with this deck. So one thing to note, this deck has made a lot of changes compared to my previous deck profile, which is the trial deck version of the Duel Jaeger. This deck plays more Dragon Chiefs monsters in order for you to dump to achieve 8 copies of Dragon Chief in your drop zone. So yeah. However, all the Dragon Chief units are very powerful. I can say that Dragon Chief has gotten one of the best supports in this set because all the cards they have gotten is really amazing. So our buddy has a tank 10-5 stats, which is very good because 10 allows you to run through probably almost every monster in the game, and 5k defense is just there to be balanced. If they make it even higher, he might get you too broken. So yeah, so let us go on to deck profile. Alright, first we play 4 copies of my buddy. Basic form, Martial Arts Chief Duel Jaeger. Duel Jaeger skill is core cost, pay 2 gauge and put up to 2 cards from a drop zone into this card. So in order to use this guy, you might want to have you must have 2 cards in the drop zone. So there are a lot of spells in this deck which allows you to start up dropping cards in the drop zone. So calling him out is really easy, and he has a very powerful skill of his second skill counter. Discard one Dragon Chief from your hand and gain +10k defense. So every Dragon Chief in your hand is now a negate. So the main aim of this deck is to defend this guy, protect him with your life until you get 8 cards in the drop zone, so that you can evolve into Duel Jaeger Revolted, which is not really hard because probably the whole deck is like a negate. So this guy really does his work really well. So I recommend you to, he's your main target you want to call first, you want to use first. So the backup card I have now is 4 copies of Colossal Ocean Chief Duel Jaeger. This guy is from the trial deck. The reason why we have to use Duel Jaeger, I wanted to use Strong Go, but however I am not able to do so because Revolted's requirement is Duel Jaeger. So if you cannot evolve him over any Dragon Chief, but he has to be Duel Jaeger. Another card that you might want to try out is the promo Box Stopper. But I find personally I like his art, so yeah, and his cost is slightly easier to achieve. Pay 2 gauge and put up to 1 Dragon Chief from your drop zone into this card. So in that one requires you to have 2 Dragon Chiefs, so this one requires you 1 enough. So I want to at least be able to get my monster out, and even if you realize it's fine because Duel Jaeger doesn't seem to have the Soul Guard, unlike most of your Ancient World units. So Duel Jaeger is good. So these are your first forms you want to write in order to evolve them to the ultimate boss monster. 4 copies of Stout Risk Unmatched Chief Duel Jaeger Revolted. His text is very small, so I apologize. So Duel Jaeger's final form needs a little bit of setup, but the setup is really easy because you are setting up while you're defending yourself. So cards that you're going to use to defend yourself with is going to join forces with you in the final event, which is the 8 cards, yeah. Because 8 of those cards were probably going to be these in your drop zones. So what it does is call cost, pay 3 gauge, and put this card on top of a monster without a soul with Jaeger, Duel Jaeger in this card name. So either one of these must have no soul. So they are soulless, you can just write over them. And then put 8 Dragon Chief cards from Dragon Emperor cards. So you must have 8, no less, because it doesn't say put up to. So this is why you want to try to max out your Dragon Chief in your deck. So put 8 Dragon Chief from your drop zone into this card soul. So this monster is a freaking 9 soul monster when it's summoned. So basically you gotta get almost like a +9 when it's summoning, because the opponent have to kill it 9 times in order to get rid of it, unless they have side-in cards, which we have, which I also have side-in against them anyway. So this guy is really amazing, really huge, 20,000 attack power, 2 crits and 3k defense. The reason why they make it 3k defense is because they want to balance it a bit out. If it's 5k defense, if their smallest units won't even be able to attack. So very, very powerful card. It's a 9 soul monster. He has double attack, soul guard, and life blink loose. So if you lose this guy, you're going down with him. So that's what buddy fight is truly about. Your buddy dies, you will die. So he has another effect as well, which is freaking amazing. When this card is in the center, you cannot be dealt any damage by effects from your opponent cards. This is freaking good because first, you cannot be dealt damage by burn, which is really annoying for Ancient World decks. You cannot be dealt damage by penetrate because it's an effect damage, and you cannot get killed by impact damage because it is damage. So as long as he's there, you're never going to take any more damage. Yeah. So this guy is really a very, very powerful card. Maybe I might want to do a buddy fight video or a card fight video so that I can show how powerful this guy is. So yeah, 4 copies of our ultimate buddy, Duel Jaeger Revolted. Now let us go on to our supports. So this is our main core of the engine. Now we have to, now I'm going to go through all the supports as well. So size 1, we play Underling Bad Guy Moto. Bad Guy Moto is freaking amazing. One of the best Ancient World supports we've gotten for a really, really long time. Counter, when a size 3 Dragon Chief on your field battle, you may discard this card from hand and pay 1 life. If you do, you can draw a card, and for this battle, the monster gives us 5k power, 5k defense. So that's great. So for example, early game, Jaeger's out there. You get attacked by monsters, you can just, okay, now you got 10k defense. So yeah, I can draw 1 card. So basically, you're not losing any cards to defend your cards while filling your drop zone for cards. And this guy is a Dragon Chief, so you want him in your drop zone ASAP. So use his skill. He is basically gonna save your life. It's a free negate. It is so good. So 4 copies definitely. If I see the Japanese build, they're using 4. 4 copies of Chief of Healing Ring. So this is the Kawaii Dragon. What he does is, if you have a size 3 Dragon Chief on your field, you may discard this card from hand. So basically it's a hand spell. If you do, put the top card of the deck into your gauge and gain 1 life. And then you may put the top card of the deck into a soul of a monster on your field. So this is freaking amazing because this is an ultimate buddy for no cost, gain 1 life, gain 1 gauge. So this card is definitely a staple in this deck. And it's a Dragon Chief. So 4 copies. Next, 4 copies of Chief of Armors Under the Can. Under the Can is really, really good because he serves as a negate. His skill is basically counter. So anytime during opponent's turn or your turn, you can put this guy from your hand slide it into your soul. So your Revolted won't die. So like, oh no, he's gonna die. Nope. It's good because sometimes your Revolted might get killed by effects such as Dragonic Destroy example. You can put this guy into the soul and Dragonic Destroy fails because the soul will die instead of the whole monster. So your goal is to protect your buddy monster. So 4 copies of Under the Can. Another thing is because he's a Dragon Chief as well. So he's a negate, is a Dragon Chief, play 4. Next, 4 copies of Chief of Steel, Iron Tetsu. Another Dragon Chief card to support your Duel Jaeger. Counter, activate during an attack during opponent's turn. If you have a size 3 Dragon Chief on your field, you may discard this card and pay 1 gauge. If you do, nullify the attack and gain 1 life. Hey, it's okay. There's 2 options you can use him. You can either use him discard and gain the 10k defense, and it's still, you don't have to pay its cost because you can just discard Dragon Chief, gain 10k defense, so it is a negate. Another way you can use it is, you can use it when you are at Revolted and you still can get their 1 life. So yeah, it's very flexible, and he's a Dragon Chief, so, part of 8 copies. Thankfully, Revolted didn't need 8 different Dragon Chief. That will be really hard. So you could just spam all your defenses. Now let us go on to the spells. 4 copies of Dragon Within the Ocean. So basically it's our rota for Dragon Chiefs. Cast cost, pay 1 gauge and 1 life. Search your deck for a size 3 Dragon Chief and add it to your hand. And then shuffle your deck. You may only cast this once per turn. So very good, very important because it improves the consistency of the deck a lot. It allows you to search either your main body Duel Jaeger or Revolted if you are ready with the 8 cards in the drop zone. So yeah, very important, play 4. Next, another staple of Ancient Worlds, 4 copies of DDC, Divine Dragon Creation, pay 2 life and draw 2 cards. Very easy cost, very cheap cost, very amazing card. 4 copies of Dragon Emperor Legend, another one of those very OP spells that makes Ancient Worlds stand out from other worlds. Put the top cards of the deck into your gauge and gain 1 life and draw a card. So you're getting so much benefits for 1 single card. Play 4 copies. 4 copies of Dragon and Strong. This is our defensive spell, one of the best defensive spell because at no cost, unlike Rough Trigger, he is a Rough Trigger. Counter, so you can use it during any time. When your size 3 dragon will be destroyed, you gain 1 life and the card stays on the field. So basically you prevent its destruction and you gain 1 life. So it's basically a Dragobond. Yeah, very important. And he has a Dragon Chief in the name. So defend yourself while pumping your soul, getting ready to kill your opponent with your nice soul monster. 2 copies of Rough Trigger. Rough Trigger is freaking amazing because you can gate the counter attack until end of turn. So the first attack, most likely I'm going to use Rough Trigger. Oh, look, I have nice souls. Do you want to slowly kill it and kill your monsters while the counter attack just rapes you? So yeah, use it, Rough Trigger, so amazing. Now let us go on to the equipments. The equipments, we play 4 copies of the new anchor from the BT. Dragon Emperor's Anchor, Wild Waves. He is a very it is a utility card because 1, it is a weapon, so you can always, with your 3k attack power, you can always snipe down smaller monsters, which your main goal of this deck is not to go for the life, but to snipe down monsters until your opponent have no resource in their hand and you can just finish them off easily. So yeah, that's what Ancient World was always all about. Crushing opponents' resources, because Ancient World has a lot of resources and you play the Draggy game, Ancient World is very good at it. Equip cost, pay 1 gauge and put the top, so mill the top card of the deck into a drop zone. So you basically discard the top card of the deck into your drop zone to equip this card. This card can attack even if you have monster in the center, so you can fight alongside Revolted or your Jaegers. Counter, you may pay 1 gauge and pay 1 life. If you do, put this card from the field, so while this card is equipped onto you, if your Jaeger is gonna die, so for example, Jaeger, so let's say Jaeger, oh no, Jaeger, you're gonna die, nope, pay 1 gauge, go to soul. And yeah, you basically protect Jaeger, and while this card is in the soul of a Dragon Chief, it gains penetrate. It gains a penetrate skill. So this card is a lifesaver for Jaeger, just in case Jaeger is gonna die, you can put it soul, because it's a counter skill. And it's a weapon, so yeah, it's a great card. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on my Duel Jaeger. Be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Peace out and love you guys. Rawr.